Hey, Prodigious Trip here. So, I don't know if I had technical difficulties or what, but I had just finished this video. I've uploaded it, and YouTube is telling me I did a copyright claim or did something wrong, so I took it down, and I'm going to redo it, but I'm just not going to show you anything. So, I have no idea what I did. If I did show something, I'm sorry. I didn't know if I was infringing on copyright or doing something I shouldn't have, so I'm sorry, but I'll just do this video just talking to you, and I'm not going to show you anything. So I've finished putting everything I needed to on the 405 and got it to work. Even got a new menu too, which is a lot easier to scroll through. So it actually just has just the emulators that I wanted to play, and it has all the games on it. And I was showing you some of the games that I was able to play. Again, I was playing Super Smash Brothers for the N64, and it I don't know why, but the one for the 64, playing Super Smash Brothers, the game crashed, but I was able to reset it and then played fine the next time. So I'm not exactly sure what happened there. I didn't have any GameCube games or any Wii games, so I couldn't put any on there, but it can play them. So if you guys want to see an actual review of all those other games and stuff like that on YouTube, there's so many other people besides me that know way more about the 405 and who did a better review and for some reason did a copyright claim or didn't do anything that screwed them up. I just try to review anything and everything that I can, but I guess I did something wrong. So I'm not going to show you guys anything. What I did show was I have a backbone. That is where it's a controller that connects to your phone and allows you to play cloud gaming. Because the 405 actually lets you do that. I didn't know that, and I was able to hook up my Xbox Game Pass on there. And one of the things I was showing was I could play Halo Infinite. The whole point of cloud gaming was, you know, if I'm out and about and my friends will say, hey, you want to play Halo? I'm like, I can't. I'm at my kid's soccer game, or I'm at church or something or whatever, and I'm like, I just want to play a quick game with you guys. That's, I could just take out the backbone, click it onto my phone, and I can. So I was like, oh, cool, I could do that to the 405. Well, there's so many problems with that. I was able to button map it and everything, but for some odd reason during the gameplay, I cannot get the triggers to work in the game. So I'm basically just running around and fighting people, you know, trying to punch them with a gun, and I'm like, I can't fire the trigger or anything. I'm like, ah. But in the main menu, I'm still able to use the L and R buttons, or the trigger buttons, to navigate through the menu. So it doesn't make sense that the gameplay, or the actual gameplay, will not let me use the trigger button. And I looked at some other reviews that other people have done. They're saying the exact same thing. If they try to do cloud gaming, the buttons aren't all working. But it shows that they can work, because like during either the menu or some other thing, works just fine. So don't know what's going on or why it's doing that. That might be an Xbox thing, or it might be an Anbernic thing. I'm not sure, but I was like, I can still use the backbone if I need to for cloud gaming. It's just easier to just have one little thing in my pocket besides my phone if I would just want to play something. But I love the 405. It's a great little handheld. I showed that I had the GPD Win in the other video. Again, couldn't upload it. I showed you that I had it. It can emulate up to, I think, Dreamcast. It probably could do GameCube, but I'd never had any GameCube games. And one of my favorite all-time games was Phantasy Star Online. And it could play it. But again, I couldn't button map everything because the thumbsticks on the GPD do not have the click functionality. So there was no way to actually use certain functions from that on there. Other than that, it just didn't work. I mean, I've had it for about 2-3 years now, maybe. Yeah, I got it in about like 2019 or 2020. It was right when the pandemic happened and everyone was getting stuck at home. And I was reading online, or saw online, that, you know, China and Japan were just busting out these handhelds left and right of just like, hey, you want something to emulate? Here's a cool looking device or whatever. Just get your own ROMs. I'm like, cool. So that's why I showed you the 350 that I have. It's awesome. But this one's even better. It's done by the same company though. Not too much I can say now because, again, I did everything on that video, and apparently I got blocked there. I got in trouble, so I'm trying to sustain from showing you guys something that I shouldn't. So I don't know what I did. Hopefully this video will upload and it'll be fine. And I think I'm free to talk about whatever I want to. So as long as I don't show you anything, I think it'll be just perfect. But yeah, so that was my review of the 405. If you want to get it, you could probably get it on Amazon. You can probably go to Anbernic's website and just get it there. Again, if you want to see a better review of this handheld, go to I think Retro Dodo on YouTube. He does a better job of reviewing stuff than anybody that I know. So I don't know him specifically, but I just like his videos and stuff. You could look through, I think, my friends list or my subscribe thingies, and you should see him because I'm subscribed to him. And I think Retro Game Core, they also review stuff like that too. So if you want to see a better in-depth review, go to them. For some reason, they can review stuff and not get in trouble. So, but that's pretty much it for the 405. That was all I really wanted to talk about because, you know, usually the handheld that I'll have in my pocket was always my Game Boy. But after a while, it became my DS, and then after a while, it became my 3DS. And so, you know, just every time something better happened, I would always have some kind of gaming thing in my pocket. So 3DS has always been what I had there. Loved it. I was able to download a lot of my old Game Boy games onto the 3DS. I loved it. And they just shut down the eShop like about a couple months ago for the 3DS. So you can't even download anything now. So I was like, I think I have all the games that I wanted to on there. So it's not too bad. But I was able to get a lot of games that I liked. So they had some Super Nintendo on there. They had some old school Nintendo and a lot of Game Boy games. And I think I got all of my Game Boy games on my 3DS. At least the ones that I grew up with. The only one I couldn't find was Star Wars Empire Strikes Back for the Game Boy. And again, they never brought out the Star Wars games for the 3DS, which really sucks. But I mean, for the most part, like I said, I was able to get it for the emulation thing. So no worries there. But it was just, I can't believe I couldn't get the other video to work. I had so much stuff on there too. Oh, so many things I wanted to show, and I worked so hard too because I have like so many gameplays I want to show you. The 405, it plays great through. It plays all the Game Boy games. It plays Game Boy Color. It plays Game Gear. It plays Sega. It played Super Nintendo. It played regular Nintendo. It played, I think I already said that. It played PlayStation 1. It plays PlayStation 2. It plays N64, GameCube, Dreamcast. It plays the Wii. And again, I don't have any Wii games, so I couldn't show you. But there are, you know, look on some videos on YouTube that other people have done. They've showed that they can play those, and it's really awesome. So yeah, but other than that, that's all I have to say about the 405. It's a great handheld. That's my new handheld that I go to. I'll keep that in my pocket. It's so small, it's easy to stick in your pocket. It came with a screen protector too. I like that. So, but yeah, so I'm Prodigious Shrimp saying thank you again, and like and subscribe, and peace out.